Hey guys, welcome to another episode of First Impressions. Today we're going to be going over another Inov8 shoe, the Inov8 Roclite G320. Now this is a shoe that is a first for them. This has the new G-Fly midsole. So if you're not familiar with Inov8 and what the G stands for, it stands for graphene. Graphene is an incredibly durable material and it's used in everything from footwear to medical supplies, the auto industry, you name it. And it's an incredible material and it is incredibly flexible. What it's done for the G grip is it has increased their durability and traction by about 50%. So you're gonna get longer life and better grip out of any of the Inov8 shoes with the G grip. The G Fly is, again, using the graphene material infused in the midsole to increase better energy return, but also durability so your footwear lasts you longer. Now this is a step up from the Roclite G275 here. I've put about 300 plus miles on the shoe already, and I've actually got plenty of tread on it. It's the same tread pattern. You're really gonna be getting an increased technology with that midsole and additional cushioning. The 275 comes with the same 8mm stack height as the G320, but you're seeing that you're gonna get a lot more cushioning. This starts at a 16mm, drops down to an 8mm, so you have an 8mm drop in this shoe. And it's still on Inov8's fit scale of a 3, so it's not incredibly narrow or wide, it's somewhere right in the middle for you guys. So, but the biggest difference is in that cushioning. This starts at a 20mm stack height and drops down to a 12. So you're still getting the same ramp drop in this shoe, but you're getting more cushioning with better upgraded technology for better return, whether it's a short, medium, or long distance trail run in this shoe. You're gonna get the same exact traction that you would expect from all the other Roclite G series shoes that Inov8 has on this. Other thing to note on this shoe is gonna be, it's got the new adaptive fit on it. I haven't tried any of the shoes other than their fitness shoes with the adaptive flex, so I really wanna see what this feels like trail running in it versus weightlifting on a shoe like this, because some people are a little bit more sensitive to how the shoe fits in their upper instep here. Definitely want to see what that feels like for me. I do like the materials that they're using in this. It looks to be a little bit heavier duty, a little bit more durability out of the shoe. Might be sacrificing a little breathability, but this is still going to be a mesh upper, so it's still going to be very breathable for you guys. And then the toe bumper on this, again, a little bit beefier, just as designed to protect those toes a little bit more against, toe strikes, whether you're running on trails, asphalt, and things of that nature. And again, the same feel where there's very minimal counter built into the heel of the shoe. So out of the box, I'm assuming these will fit pretty similarly comfort-wise to these shoes here, and looking forward to getting this out on the trail. So let's get into it. Hey guys, I just got back from trail running in for my first time in the Inov8 Roclite G320 Ultra. So this shoe itself did pretty good on its first run. Now it's a little heavier than what I'm used to running in some of my shoes. For shorter distances, I usually go with something a little bit lighter, a little bit less cushioning, but this actually did really good, especially on the variety of terrain that I was in, from dirt, sand, mud, snow, and everything in between. It was actually good even for that short run, because a shoe with a lot less protection would have been much harder on my feet. The traction wouldn't have been as good. and the durability may have been an issue with some of the lighter shoes that I'm used to running in. So with this one though, being 320 grams, it's still a nice lightweight shoe compared to the competition with this much cushioning on it. So it did really well. Some of the things that I like to observe in the run was usually my first time in a shoe, I have to fiddle with the laces a couple times to get it dialed in. This one, I didn't even think about it. It was really an afterthought. And I didn't even notice it until I was pretty much done with my run that I hadn't even touched these shoes yet. So that was really nice. Didn't have any instep pressure, so the adaptive fit, maybe that has something to do with it. It's not an overly engineered lacing system. It's a pretty traditional setup. They do give you that added loop to be able to do that locking runner's knot, which I do typically like to do, but these laces aren't quite long enough for that. So if you want to be able to do that, you'll probably have to get an extra set or a longer set of laces if you like to do that loop through runner's knot in these shoes here. All of these shoes have these tiny little nubs on the bottom of the shoes that usually wear out after the first run, especially on the variety of terrain that I was dealing with. But you'll notice that there's no visible wear on the shoe other than the shoe looking dirty. It looks like I just slapped it in the mud and that's it. These aren't a Gore-Tex shoe. They're not waterproof at all by any means. Very breathable. Now my feet really didn't get wet in these until I completely submerged my foot in water, which did quite a few times once I was about halfway into that run there. So, you know, and it was low 40s, really, really windy. So if I was in these for a really long time, yeah, I would have definitely had to change socks or something like that. If it was a really long run, and I knew it was going to be in this type of conditions, I probably would go with something more of potentially maybe a mid-top Gore-Tex version of this shoe because of the conditions, but because it was such a short run, I wasn't really worried about it. So you definitely can get away with this in a 5-10 mile run and not worry about your feet so much. But if you're planning on much longer runs in that similar terrain, you're definitely going to want a waterproof shoe in that point. But in this shoe, most likely you're not going to need it. So no visible wear and tear in the upper, no snags at all so far. It's looking really good. So, and my feet weren't complaining at all. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting this shoe in drier conditions on a longer run to see how this really performs in longer running. I was hiking a little bit more because the snow was post-holing a little bit. But again, this shoe felt really comfortable. Wasn't dealing with any heavy heel release. My toes weren't hitting the front of the shoe at all. So I'd say this shoe is a true to fit size. I measure an 11 with my left foot exactly on the Brannock device. This is a size 11 and I wasn't dealing with any toe striking on the front of the shoe. And this had definitely some heavily steep downhill sections. So again, fit is good. Sometimes they may fit a little bit on the smaller side or larger side depending on the style and the brand. So, but true to fit as far as I can tell. And I'm not running any inserts in the shoe. They fit really well. Wasn't dealing with any heel lift or toe striking in the shoe on the heavily steep uphills or the steep downhills. So as far as I can tell, this has a good fit right out of the box. Thank you guys again for watching another first impressions on the Inov8 Roclite G320 Ultra running shoe. If you are looking for future content like this, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell icon. That way you can stay up to date when the newest videos are uploaded to the channel.